Welcome to English Story Avenue, the place where stories are not just told, they are felt, remembered, and quietly teach us how to live. Today's story is mysterious, emotional, and carries a deep moral hidden inside silence. So listen carefully. The Girl with the Long Hair. In a small town surrounded by fog-covered hills, there stood an old road no one liked to walk on after sunset. It was not dangerous, yet people avoided it. Some said it felt heavy. Others said it felt like someone was watching. At the end of that road lived a girl. She was known only by one thing: her hair. It was unusually long, long enough to touch the ground, long enough to hide her entire face if she wished. Jet black, thick, and always loose. No one knew her real name. People simply called her the long-haired girl. She never spoke much. She never smiled. She walked slowly as if time meant nothing to her. Children whispered stories. Adults avoided eye contact. And strangers felt uneasy without knowing why. But the truth about her was far more human than fear itself. One autumn evening, a young man named Ethan arrived in town. He was a writer. Not the famous kind, just someone who believed stories lived inside quiet places. He rented a small room near the old road. On his very first night, the landlord warned him. "Don't walk there after dark," the old man said. "The girl, she's not normal." Ethan smiled politely. "Stories are born from fear," he replied. That same night, he walked the road. The fog was thick. The air felt cold. And then he saw her. She stood under a dying streetlight, her hair covering her face completely. She didn't move. She didn't breathe loudly. She just stood. Ethan's heart beat fast, but he didn't run. Instead, he spoke. "Good evening." No answer. "I'm new here," he continued. "I hope I'm not disturbing you." Slowly. The girl turned her head toward him. For the first time in years, someone had spoken to her, without fear. Days passed. Ethan began seeing her often, always on the same road, always alone. He started greeting her daily. Sometimes she nodded. Sometimes she didn't react at all. But one evening, something changed. As Ethan passed her, a notebook slipped from his bag. She bent down and picked it up. Their fingers touched. For a brief moment, her hair shifted. Ethan saw her eyes. They were not frightening. They were broken, sad beyond words. She handed the notebook back. "And then," she whispered, "thank you." It was the softest voice Ethan had ever heard, almost afraid to exist. Weeks later, she finally spoke again. Her name was Ilara. She told him her story, slowly, painfully. Years ago, she had been beautiful. People praised her hair, touched it without permission, admired her as if she were an object. Then came the accident, a fire. Her face was scarred, not horribly, but enough for people to look away. The same people who once admired her now whispered. Children laughed. Strangers stared. So she hid, not because she was ugly, but because the world was. Her hair became her shield. Her silence became her safety. The town never tried to know her. They turned her pain into myth. She's cursed. She brings bad luck. Don't look at her. Fear is easier than understanding. Ethan realized something important. People weren't afraid of Ilara. They were afraid of what she reminded them of. That beauty fades. That kindness matters. That cruelty leaves scars deeper than fire. One stormy night, lightning struck the old streetlight. Darkness swallowed the road. Ilara stood there, trembling. Ethan ran to her. "It's okay," he said. "I'm here." "For the first time," she cried openly. She removed her hair from her face. Not hiding, not ashamed, just human. Ethan didn't flinch. He didn't look away. He simply listened. Word spread. People saw them talking, laughing, walking together. Fear weakened. Curiosity grew. One day a child waved at Alara. She waved back. That was the beginning. Not of courage, but of kindness. Ethan eventually left the town. Before he did, he published a story. It wasn't called The Long-Haired Girl. It was called The Girl Who Hid from Cruelty. The town read it, and they finally understood. Alara no longer walks only at night. Her hair is still long, but it no longer hides her. Moral of the story: I never judge someone by what they hide. A fear is born from ignorance, not truth. Kindness can rewrite even the darkest stories. Sometimes the most mysterious people are simply the most hurt. This story was brought to you by English Story Avenue, where every story teaches, heals, and inspires. If this story touched your heart, remember, be kind because everyone is fighting a silent battle.